Hello and welcome back to Mr. P Makes. Yes, we're back. And for this one, I made a Star Wars inspired Landspeeder. Yes, I made a Star Wars inspired Landspeeder. Here it is. Look at this thing. It's got scratches, it's got definition. I mean, it looks scratched, it looks worn, battle damaged, looks brilliant. So, if you want to know how I made this thing, let's find out right now. So here we can see some of the parts that I used, some old little gas station toys, air pump toys, little transmission part there, the black bit, from under a little toy Jeep, and just all sorts of little bits that I could just find off broken toys. As you can see, the old little petrol pumps were cut off, put onto the front side, like little, like engines, really. I put a wheel on the front just to make it look like the engine fan, and it didn't look too bad, but the underneath just looked a little bit bare for me. So I was like, let's do something about that. As you can see, I used some old little pipes, cut them up, connected them into the what is the engine. I then built a little cockpit with an old toy seat, an old dashboard I cut up and made it fit in, just to put it off to like the side kind of thing. I then worked on the nose. The nose part of this, the brown bit, is actually off like a little dog toy. It was a little dog, and that was like the nose part, which was really weird, so I did that. As you can see, the bottom of a milk carton, very strange there. I built on some side panels, a little, again, them yellow construction parts, little bits of wheels. I then put some, I got little cogs and gears, put those in the back engines just to give it that little bit more thruster look. I then just threw some little greeblies on the back, just to make it look a little bit more. I then put that orange part there with some corrugated card around it, just to make that look like it's the working part of the back thrusters, you know, where the fuel intake goes through and ignites it into the jet engines and things like that. I then worked on the sides, just give them a bit more definition, more corrugated card, so again, some of the gears, little bits of pipe. The red things that you could see there were glue top lids, and yeah, there's all sorts of little greeblies that I was throwing on. The front of the nose looked a little bit bare, so I stuck a little bit on there. As you can see, the underneath now, putting in some wires, and there we go. There's a very blurry picture of the engine build just underneath the hood area, but once that's all painted, it does look really nice. I do have to say I'm very pleased with that. And again, side panel, just adding on a few more greeblies, cut up toys. The little pipe thing that you can see through, just I wanted to make it look like the pipe was leading from the front of the engine all the way through into the back part of the ship. I then built a little gun, as you can see, on the front right of it. It just needed a little something, so if it does get attacked by the Desert Raiders, obviously it's going to need some form of protection with a little bit of strimmer wire, weed whacker wire. I then wanted to build it some legs, as you can see, some just pink plastic tubing, some little love heart half beads, and a little bit of the milk carton plastic. Just to give it that little bit of stability. I then used some grey primer. I thought grey primer would probably be the best fit for this, because the underneath is going to need to be grey. So when we do put on the main paintwork, you know, we can just scratch it a little bit, just get some of that little grey underneath. But I do use some other colours as well, but it is looking really nice when it's all combined into this one colour, as I always say. Just getting it all that one matching colour really does bring to the imagination of what this thing is. But here is a look at the colours I used. Again, I used some sky blue, Vallejo gunmetal, and Vallejo airbrush thinner. Took some painting, but this is what it looked like after I put it on. Let it dry just a little bit, that sky blue, and then just rubbed off parts, because this thing's going to be going way through the desert. It's going to be going through a lot of sandstorms, so it's going to be getting a lot of hard work hit to it. So let's have now look at the final result. So there we go. My Star Wars inspired Landspeeder, which honestly I am really, really impressed with. A lot of detail work went into like the engine and the mounts underneath. I wanted something that just like skimmed along the surface but can also defend itself against raiders, but it's certainly something, isn't it? It's got a lot of damage. It's got a lot of wear. It's, like I say, it's got to go through sandstorms and everything. This is going to take a real beating, but let me know down in the comments what you think to this thing. It's probably the most detailed engine work I've ever done. I'm trying to get into the weathering things and like that, but let me know what you think to this build in the comments. But that is going to be it from me. If you did enjoy this one, as always, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, slap the notification bell to get notified of new videos that come to the channel. Till then, have a great day, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next build. I've impressed myself. See you all then.